How easy is juicing? It's actually pretty easy. It's actually not very difficult to juice in general because there's actually two ways you can actually make your own juice. You can use a juicer, an actual juicer. Pretty much you can have all your fruits and veggies together, washed and everything if some of them require washing. Um, there are ways you can juice stuff, but there are some that you can't juice. For example, you can't juice a banana. That's one of the things you can't really juice. Um, there was other things that you can't juice. You can juice some fruits like mangoes, but the thing with mangoes is that you can't juice with the skin on. You have to kind of take the skin off. And oranges you can juice, just kind of peel off the rind and everything, and then cut it in half, depending on how big their little opening area of your juicer is, and then just plug it in there, and then use your little food presser down to make sure the fruit goes in and it extracts the juice, and then make sure you have a cup there so you don't make a mess. Um, like I said, there are some fruits and veggies you can juice, and then there's some that you cannot juice. I know the banana is like the number one thing you cannot put in a juicer because just by looking at it, there's really no juice you can extract from it, but you can put it in a blender and just make somewhat of a juice, but it's really caters to smoothies if anything else. But I've done juice fasting for bananas before. I only use the bananas for, for smoothies. The second way you can do it is have your own blender, and the best way to go around with extracting the juice is putting all your fruits and veggies in the blender, blend it up, make sure it's like nice and grounded, um, and then you can get a nut bag, which is one you can use to make your own almond milk. Like the extra pulp that comes from your produce, you stick it in. You make sure you have the nut bag and your cup or jar that you're putting your juice in, and then you pour it inside the nut bag. And then once you pretty much have enough to kind of like fill the bag, just don't overfill it because you may have a tough time trying to extract the juice, but just trying to do it like handfuls at a time. And then you pretty much close up the bag, and then you just squeeze it out, like like you're almost like it's like a little personal strainer. I have not used a nut bag before, but I would love to try using a nut bag. Um, I want to see if like other like maybe Whole Foods may have it. If not, then I know places I can go to order some online. And one of the things I wanted to use the nut bag for is mainly if I don't want a smoothie, I can just want a full juice, then I can blend it like a smoothie, or well, not frozen fruits and veggies, but just fresh fruits and veggies. Use that to make a juice instead. I just want to test it out, see and how effective it is. I don't really want to just use it all the time for my juicing. Kind of go hand in hand with using the juicer and as well as using the blender and a nut bag. And plus a strainer, it just makes it more difficult, and cleaning it is just even harder. I pretty much used my citrus press last night to make my orange juice, my 100% squeezed orange juice. Juiced 20 oranges and probably got at least 6 cups of orange juice. That's probably the best way to extract citruses because when you use a juicer, the taste is kind of very different from what you would have, say, for example, maybe from a carton of orange juice. I do not drink from a carton of orange juice anymore because I don't really like having to deal with the whole processing. I mean, the only time I do drink OJ is like processed OJ is from the Naked brands or from any other non-GMO juice brands and smoothie brands too. But if you really want an adequate taste of orange juice, I would suggest to get a citrus presser. If you can't get a citrus presser, you can get the handheld citrus extractors. I have a wooden one. I show you what it looks like, but If you see when it's like a little cone and then you have the handle at the bottom, and then you just take your halved orange or whatever you're you're juicing, and then just kind of extract it from there. I mean, it's a lot of work manually, but if you get the electric citrus presser, it'll actually be a lot quicker. Types of juice you can make a plethora of things you can use. You can also find things online, like recipes of juices that you can make. I do recommend at least 3 or 4 places you can go. The first one is to go to your bookstore and buy books on juices. I have this one. I got this like last year when I first started getting into juice fasting, and I used at least a couple recipes from here, and some of them are actually pretty good. I only would go for the ones that are for fruits, vegetables, and the combination of both juices. The rest of them are just smoothies. When you're not doing a fast, you can go for the smoothie section here, and this is where the banana comes into place because there are no recipes for juices with bananas. Again, bananas do not extract juices. It's just a thickener for smoothies. What's really good about this book is that on the right side, it has the ratings, which has for energy, detox, immunity, digestion, and skin. It's rated by 1 to 5 stars. 5 stars being it's really good. This juice is actually really good for like giving you lots of energy, or it's really good for giving you that detox feeling. It'll boost your immunity or your immune system, and it's really good for your rate for your digestion. How good this juice is for your digestion, and also how good it is for your skin. That's one of the things I do recommend. If you want to just do juices or you want to do smoothies, it rates pretty much every single recipe for juices and smoothies. So look for this. There is also another book called The Juicing Bible. Next place you can go. There is a woman named Carla Duglin. I hope I said this correctly. She is a huge advocate for juicing and juice fasts as well. And she is also a raw vegan. She has really good tips and tricks on juicing and just juicing in general, or usually she'll have good tips on just eating a raw food diet. The next one I have, which is also Christina, who does her Fully Raw channel, which is Fully Raw. You can either put Fully Raw or Fully Raw Christina, which is her YouTube channel. She is very huge advocate for living a fully raw lifestyle. She also does recipes on smoothies and also juices. Megan Elizabeth, who does the Easy to Be Raw, she has done a couple YouTube videos for juices. I think only one. I think it's just I think it was like this very berry juice that she did. I don't really exactly remember, but I do know one of them. One of her YouTube videos has a recipe for a juice, but a lot of her videos have been mostly for smoothies. I really do not know. Do not take my word for it. Check out her channel and see what she has, as well as the other 3 people that I named, or the other 2 women that I named.